Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Replay Metroid Fusion. In the last part we did Sector 2, and now we're back with Mr. Purple. Samus, we've got trouble. Releasing the security clock may have been a bad idea. The SAS has invaded the water environment in Sector 4 Aka with several thousand X. With the blue hatches active, the SAS slipped in easily. The creatures and systems in Sector 4 are already showing multiple irregularities. I'm currently investigating. I'll brief you in the navigation room when you arrive. Is your objective clear? Now head for Sector 4. Okay, Mr. Purple. Oh, great. Time for Sector 4. This is a place that is fun, at the same time, utterly boring. The SAS, an enemy with my strongest abilities, but does it have reason? Probably not. It's just a killing machine. In my current state, I can't face it head on. The SAS is me, only heartless. I must stop it before it ignores its potential and threatens the universe. And teams up with Ansem along the way. Ugh. That'd be a nasty combination. And back down the elevator. A lot of elevators in this game, even more so than Zero Mission, really. Because you're constantly going between these sectors. Hello again, Mr. Purple. Oh, great, this place is big, but you only have access to like half of it right now. This sector is taking more damage than expected. I knew the X were powerful and destructive, but still, this seems to be purposeful. We certainly can't rule out the possibility that the SAS has a high degree of intelligence. I find the X fascinating, especially this SAS. But I digress. This sector is home to a very large creature that the researchers call Serris. It is capable of moving and attacking at ultra-high speed. The more senseless and widespread destruction here may be attributed to Serris. No doubt the SAS released it, but I can't be sure why. Serris has often returned to its breeding tank here. Its natural behavior must be to go back to it periodically. It's a valuable specimen, but you have been authorized to terminate it. If you don't, it may invade other sectors. Is your objective clear? While you're moving, be careful. Some broken power nodes have electrified the water, but we can't cut the power. Doing so would affect the whole station adversely. If you touch the water, you'll be electrocuted. Conserve energy as you go. So yeah, don't touch the water while you're here. And actually, considering that they just actually told us the name of this next boss, as if it's gonna, spoiler, if it's gonna be a boss, there's a freaking boss logo over in the room that's in. Every single one of the bosses has had names before, like that little the guy that we got the morph ball from is actually known as the Arachnus X, and Arachnus itself was actually a monster, or rather mini-boss, in Metroid 2 Return of Samus. The little weird condom thing from last part was the Zazabi, and I don't think that thing has had any other previous incarnations. But Sector 4 is obviously the water area, and it's not that bad actually, especially on the first time through. Although I recommend it. You don't have to go this way that I'm going, because I'm only going through this little section of rooms that I'm in right now for an energy tank that I want. You don't need to get it, but you can if you want to. And also a nice little attention to detail of the bosses is that they often are using the ability that you'll get from them, like Arachnus X actually turns into a little ball and spins around and causes fire to appear on the ground. And the Zazabi obviously jumps high, and if you're familiar with Metroid enough, and they already told us Serris moves at high speeds, you can probably guess what we're going to get from it. By the way, I love the theme for this area. Not many of the music tracks for the areas really stand out that well in Fusion, but this one is a mixture of atmospheric and really catchy, in my opinion. Though the battle themes are where it's at for this game, like the intro theme we'll be seeing later on in this part, actually. Oh, great, I love this room. Well, actually, it's rather easy, but I used to get stuck in... Well, more like when I was a kid, I kind of sucked and was constantly pressing the button anyway, so I constantly fell in that water and died. Though if I die in this game and anything against anything but the final boss, the second to last boss, I'm doing something wrong. Because that second to last boss, while easy, can really hurt. But we'll get to that when we get to it in however many parts. This might seem like a bottom point of no return, but you can just blow in this place. Well, point of no return is actually not the right term. You're going to want to keep in mind that blue hatch to the left there, because we will end up going back there later, so yeah. Actually, what's really weird is that Serris... know what? I'll get to that when we get to it. Actually, you know what? I don't even remember what I was going to say, damn it. Right, don't you hate it when that happens? You have an idea for something you want to say, but then you immediately forget what it was. That's always a pain, especially when Let's Playing. Anyway, in this save room, it might look like a dead end, but you can just go through there. I'll like how we got that, missile tank last part. No, that was 2 parts ago, I think. And, looks like something got the stairs before us. I always thought there was an eyeball in that skeleton, but it's actually just those little indents in the background. Just looks slightly enough like an eyeball in that skeleton. Oh, great, now I have one of these things underwater. Just what I've always wanted. Well, luckily it's being compliant. Thank you. Oh, screw you. Thank you for dying. And thank you for replenishing my energy. Mysterious music, platform in the middle. Nothing's gonna happen in this room. I'm joking. Meet Serris X, the thing that probably blew out your Game Boy Advance's speakers when you first got it. Now, my strategy for this boss fight is to usually be in this corner and crouch on the left side of the little platform in the bottom I'm on right now. Because he can't hit you when you're there. But Serris himself, him or her, or whatever itself, you can only damage its head, and when you hit it, it will go into speed boost mode, which is annoying. Because you can't damage it when it's like this. Where I am right now is the safest place to be, really. But if you want this fight to go faster, you're going to want to be on the top platforms. And also, I must say, favorite theme in the game right here. Love the Serris boss theme. It's also the intro song. Actually, I just realized I just thought of the part name for this. Oh, it's gonna be glorious. But yeah, Serris himself, I'm just gonna call it a he. I'm not sure what gender it is, if it even has one. Not that hard. It's just a bit of a time sink if you don't want to be reckless. Being up here is the fastest way, especially when it charges right at you. Fantastic music, though. And I'm trying to remember, I think this is actually the only... okay, coughing. I think this is actually the only boss in the game, if my memory serves, that actually has water in the arena. No, wait. I just remembered another one, got 2 parts from now, maybe? Depending on how fast I play the game. But, luckily, as the Metroid series has as a common thing ever since Super Metroid, when it's turned black, you know you're pretty much done with it, and then it's another core X. And all the X just gravitated towards me. Okay, then. They didn't want to live life anymore, I see. Core X's, though, they're always easy, so yeah. Although I did have one instance where I was so low on energy after this fight that I actually died to that thing, and I was face-palming so hard at that. And I hadn't saved since I entered Sector 1 at that point, too, so that was quite the painful one. Luckily, I got back to him within like 10 minutes. And now we got the speed booster, same way it worked in not Super Metroid, rather, Zero Mission. Run enough, just run a straight line enough, don't let go of the button, and you'll eventually go super fast. Sadly, still, there is no run button like there was in Super Metroid, so you can't activate it whenever you want. But, really, in Super Metroid, you only really need it in, like, what, 3-4 rooms? Well, mandatory, going for mandatory stuff anyway. If you're going for optional stuff, like missile tanks, it's probably more like 8 rooms. And now we are actually in the room directly above that little square room that was right near the entrance of the place, with all those hanging platforms down from the ceiling. Now, I'm being a bit of an idiot right now because there's a missile tank right next to me, but I'm not getting it right now because I forget it's there until I look at the map right about... oh, probably now. Yep. I always get this one, yet for some reason during this run I forgot it was there momentarily. Also, as you just saw, even though I was pretty much at the block where the little charge shot should have stopped, due to the height of this little morph ball passage, the charge shot actually counts as 2 shots at 1. Say you, like, hit an enemy and it's only 1 block tall, the second block of it will actually keep on going forward and kill things. But yeah, those are 2 missile packs that you can get right there. In fact, you can actually kind of tell that it's 2 shots based just on the hit animation. charge beam in this is just glorious, though. But now we actually we actually have to head all the way back to that blue door we saw earlier, so let's head on back there. And thankfully, this is the second to last time we'll ever be in this room. And the thing is, the only reason I don't like that room much is because you have to bomb that little panel every time. But now we're in this room. You're gonna want to go into Speed Booster immediately. And now now we lower the water level while glowing all the colors of the 7 Chaos Emeralds. And in doing so, you get this missile tank. This one is very possible to skip. It's just kind of annoying to time the jump. I know for a fact there's only one required missile tank in the game, and that's not it. So if you're going for like a 1% run, good luck skipping that one, because it's gonna be hard to jump over it. I've tried. Now, that 1% one was a nightmare. I just realized a bit of a mini pun I just made unintentionally. You'll find out why it's a pun later. Anyway, if you missed this missile tank, you are probably just not wanting to get it. And I wanted to activate the Shine Spark, which is still in this game, to get this missile tank, but I couldn't. Shine Spark, by the way, with the speed booster, you crouch while you're in it. You save the speed booster energy within you, then you can jump and you can aim it in any direction, and you'll go like that. Pretty good for speedrunning if you know how to use it, like I will use it once later on. But we're done here in Sector 4, so let's head on out of here and see what Mr. Purple wants with us. And by the way, that gold enemy right there takes a lot of hits normally, but luckily the little charge slash takes it out in one shot. Let's see, missing an energy tank? Yeah, I'll recharge that. Hello again, Mr. Purple, how are you? So Serris has been infected by the X2. Well, as a result, you recovered another ability. At this rate, you may be able to face the SAX yet. But that's still a ways off. HQ has more support data. This time, it's missile upgrade data. You desperately need this, but the data room here is sealed with a level 4 lock, the highest security level. Let's avoid opening sensitive areas unless it's necessary. Also, the route to the data room in Sector 2 is blocked off by still more SAX activity. I note a deliberate activity pattern, as if it's blocking you from recovering intentionally. Samus, it looks like your best option is to download the data in Sector 3 Pyre. You'll find the Pyre data room on your map after using the navigation room there. Is your objective clear? Now head for Sector 3 Pyre. Oh great, the fire level. Well actually, Sector 3 is one of my favorite ones, structurally. Although backtracking through it can be a pain in the ass if you don't know where you're going. And one nice little thing that I like doing in this is always, whenever after getting the speed booster, I just like to speed run through these hallways and then somehow just make it onto the elevator while shine sparking. Like so. What's really funny is if you're talking to Mr. Purple while you're in the shine spark, you'll actually stay in it until the end of the conversation if memory serves. Speaking of Mr. Purple, hello. Oh, this place isn't that big. Thankfully, the X have not invaded this area yet. The data room here is sealed by another security hatch. In order to download, you must find the security room here, and activate level 2 hatches. This may allow the SAX and X-parasites into the area, but we are left with no choice. Your recovery is our main goal. The data room is here, as I explained, security rooms cannot be shown on the map. Be careful, Samus, you'll see very violent organisms here. And avoid the ultra-heated areas. Your suit can't take such high temperatures yet, but we're working on it. Level 2 hatches are green. Release the lock, and proceed to the data room for download. Super missile data is ready. Your firepower will triple. Is your objective clear? Yep. First, activate green hatches, then go to the data room. There are no ultra-heated areas on this route, so turn back if you enter one. But, with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And next time, we'll continue here through Sector 3 and get that missile data. See you guys then.